Hey guys, I just thought I'd sit down and do a Q&A video. I put out some questions yesterday on my social medias and Patreon, so I got some good ones there to run through and catch up on a few different things. Before I jump into the questions, I just thought I'd show new merch I got. It goes a long way to support the channel if you're interested. I got the hoodies, which I did say on a recent video, but we have the shirts in as well in the same style. So these are really nice navy blue. So I got the TT on the front and then Follow the Adventure picture of the nav on the back. So we got all sizes currently available up on the website. They're AS color shirts, so they're really high quality, and then they're printed up in Queensland. One other thing before I start, updates on the nav. The cracking under the bonnet has just been fixed up this week actually. It's welded, plated and painted, so that's definitely all much stronger now and all fixed up. That was by Tim at A-Class Auto Repairers in Wauchope. He always does a really good job there. He did that roof rack for me as well. Had a full service, did all the filters, oils, rebuild of all 4 brakes, which are all completely screwed after Cape York. But yeah, slow again, everything's just about fixed up. Oh yeah, we got the new bull bar as well. So that was done by Ironman Coffs Harbour. Nice new Ironman bull bar on that's all straightly mounted and pinned this time, so it's not going to bend or go anywhere. Just about ready for the next big trip. It's just bloody hard at the moment with all these COVID lockdowns. We're not in lockdown where we are, but I feel like it's coming any day. We're not far off it. Next trip in a few weeks, we'd love to do southeast Queensland, Morton Island, then up to Glasshouse, Kenilworth, and then back down through Sundown National Park. But yeah, I just don't think we'll get across the Queensland border, so hopefully we can at least do something in New South Wales, because I'm not doing these trips. Like my Cape York videos are coming out at the moment, which have been going really well. Thanks for all the support on them. But yeah, once that's done, if I'm not going away on trips and I can't film, well, then I'm not putting out videos and I'm not getting paid, I'm not getting any money. So hopefully we can sort something out where we can obviously get away on these trips to do some filming. I'll run through the questions on Patreon to begin with, then I'll move over to Instagram and Facebook. First question comes in from Ben. Hey mate, noticed you eat a good veggie diet most of the time. Are you veggie? Have you considered doing short cooking segments every now and then? Yes, I am vegetarian. Actually, I'll quickly go into that just because people do ask me a bit. I grew up eating meat. Dad's a hunter-gatherer type person. He catches all his own fish, shoots all his own meat. So I grew up eating like fresh duck, pigeons, rabbits, kangaroos, pig, you name it, all different things. And then when I moved away from home to go to uni in Sydney, I wasn't able to get the wild, fresh caught meat. I was sort of back to factory farmed commercial meat, which I wasn't a massive fan of. I sort of ate it for a while. When Kai was born, we were trying to be healthy and we just sort of cut out that like factory farmed commercial meat. And I've never really gone back since then. It's like once I start something, I just sort of stick with it. And yeah, I've been veggie for 8 or 9 years now and I just haven't really gone back on it. I've sort of enjoyed it. I don't really have any desire to eat meat, I guess, but anyways, yeah, that's why I am without going into it too much. But coming back to the question, yes, I do want to do a few more short cooking segments. The main problem I have is we sort of have like the same 10 meals on rotation, which I've done cooking segments on all of them now. In my last minute planning for our trips, I was just like, oh yeah, we'll just cook Mexican spaghetti bolognese, pesto pasta, fried rice, and which we've already done cooking segments on multiple times. So what I want to do is before a trip in a bit advance, sit down, plan out a few good meals I can cook, and then I can just do like a 2 to 3 minute cooking segment on them, nothing major. Next question comes in from Eddie. Do you have any issues or tips dealing with fatigue when doing big drives to get to places? I know she smashed out some big drives for trips. Yeah, it just depends on how I'm feeling. I find I can do one big day, but to back it up with multiple big days does get tiring. I know coming back from Cape York, back from Cairns, within 3 days, I think, and I was bloody exhausted by the end of that just because I'm solo driving that whole way. It's only Kai and I. No real major tips, I guess. Good podcasts and good music. Like I'll be listening to music and podcasts the whole way back. And then just trying to have regular breaks, and I will continue into the night. So rather than trying to like get up early and then just drive during the daylight hours. I'll often smash out a few hours during the night till sort of I start to get tired. You know, anywhere between 8 and 10 at night, because there's less traffic on the road and you can normally get further in those hours as well. Greg says, how has it been keeping Kai amused on the trips over the years? My two aren't very good at chilling by the campfire. Yeah, definitely can be challenging at times. It's been a difficult balance at times between being a dad, filming these videos, and then enjoying the trip myself as well. It just can get very chaotic, busy days. As he's got older, it's definitely got easier. When he was younger, like, it would really wear me out, but he's better at occupying himself now and that. On the days when we're doing big drives, I normally let him watch one movie a day on the laptop, and then outside of that, he enjoys listening to music with me, and he likes reading books. And then when we're around camp, like, we'll often play card games or board games or talk around the fire. And yeah, just trying to keep him active and keep him outside of the car. If you're just full driving all day, it gets very tough on kids. That's why I've often stuck to trips, doing trips ourselves as well, because I find I can be a better dad and better at filming these videos and better having that time to myself, rather than trying to factor in extra people and extra social aspects and extra, like, you know, everything you're trying to coordinate. I find it easier and more enjoyable just to go solo with Kai and I. Next question comes in from Dave. Do you think you'll be doing as many trips once Bub is born? So yes, I've said this a couple of places now, but Demi and I are having a baby. Baby is due early next year, which is what year are we in? 2021, so we 2022. Wow, I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, we are having a baby, which is exciting news. Now, in regards to the channel and the videos, all still plans to go ahead as is. Obviously, I'm going to have to adapt a bit accordingly to what happens, but the rough plan is to spend a big chunk of time on the road in January before the baby's due. Spend 3 to 4 weeks and get a heap of episodes, which will cover me for a while, so then I can edit and work on and put them out while we're at home with the newborn baby. And then the first year or two, Kai and myself will still just keep doing the school holiday trips as we have. Demi and I have sort of spoke about this already, and you know, because I'm doing this for work now, I sort of need to keep, you know, obviously it's enjoyable when I love doing it, but at the same time I do need to do it to, you know, put food on the table at home, to keep the content and the videos and coming in and pay the bills. So yeah, that's the rough plan. And then as the baby starts to get a little bit older, well, we'll adapt and work out the trips accordingly. Stuart says, does your long suspension travel interfere with the on-road performance, roundabout corners, off-camber curves? Not really. Nothing that I noticed. It seemed to ride just as smooth and still handle pretty well. I haven't noticed any major changes there. Nighthawk, love to hear a bit more about your approach to tracks that you don't know, given a lot of the time still you might be solo. Now you've been doing a bit longer, do you figure anything is doable? You've got the experience not to get into trouble, or do you weigh up whether it's a track you want to tackle solo? So yeah, I've done a lot of solo since the start. There was a lot of anxious, unknown solo days early on. It still happens a bit. My approach with going solo is to take it very slow and steady, very calculated, check everything before you do it, and always have the option in the mind of whether you need to turn around. When you're coming down things, before you just plow down into everything, think to yourself, can you get back out of here if you need to? You know, don't be afraid to turn around if it just gets too extreme. Being well prepared and set up and ready to pull the winch out. If you're doing a lot of solo stuff, like, make sure you got a winch. That's, you know, that was probably the biggest thing for me. There's just a little bit of an element there doing it, particularly doing it solo. You're just going to have to push yourself and push yourself outside the comfort zone. And now that I've got a lot of experience four-wheel driving, I'm relatively confident in tackling most challenges, and I know what my vehicle's capable of. I know what's going to happen. Terry, what drone do you use in rough cost? It is a DJI Mavic Air 2, and they are about 1,500 Australian dollars. I love it. It's a great drone. Jason, given your tyres are rubbing a lot on the inside, would you consider going a tyre next time, same diameter, just narrower? My tyres don't actually rub at all on the inside. They rub a bit on the chassis on the back. That's just because of the long travel now. I just need to extend those bump stops, which will stop that happening. And they barely rub at all in the front. I haven't had to do any chopping, and I don't, on my original rims, they rubbed a tiny bit on the chassis, but once they got brought out, that stopped. So yeah, there's no problems there with those tires. They actually fit really well. Steve, what mod has been your biggest regret? Not just cost-wise, I've spent crazy money on dumb stuff I didn't need. Well, can we include the Rhino rack? That was my biggest regret / dumbest thing I got. But also that definitely helped the channel grow when all that happened as well, so I guess it wasn't too bad in the end. It balanced itself out. Other than that, there's nothing really dumb that I've got with this car that I can think of. I feel like I did the dumb decisions on the previous four-wheel drive. I sort of calculated better on this one. And then the last one on Patreon comes from Brenton. Mate, do you ever take fishing gear with you? I see that you get to some awesome spots that would have some great fishing. I used to do a lot of fishing with Dad when I grew up, but then now I guess I'm vegetarian. Like, it kind of takes it away a bit. If you're not catching fish to eat them, it'd be just catch and throw back. And then the filming takes up a decent amount of time too, because you're sort of always on the go filming and running around doing all that stuff. Dad does a heap of fishing. He fishes probably 3 to 4 times a week in his home life, but he's happy to have a break when we go on the trips, just because he does so much fishing at home. He's happy to mix it up a bit. But yeah, I've been saying he should bring his fishing rod on more trips and we can get a little bit of fishing in there, or I guess I could give it a go at some stage. Alright, running out of time, so I'll rapid fire through a few of these Facebook and Instagram messages. Where's Dad? Out driving you, so you no longer include him. No, he just hasn't been on the last couple of trips, but he's yeah, he'll be on plenty more upcoming trips. How much has nav cost you to get it to the stage it's at now of all the mods, etc.? Honestly, I don't know, and some of the stuff I've paid for, some's been like sponsored or discounted, so it's a bit hard to work out an overall price, but I feel like sure it's sort of 80-ish grand car or something now. Definitely be a bit if you include the buy of it new and then all the mods. What is your dream four-wheel drive? There's been a lot of questions here that have come through about dream four-wheel drive, what I would upgrade to if I got rid of the nav. I don't have any particular set, like, okay, I really want this four-wheel drive. Yeah, there's nothing really in mind there, whatever's going to suit me at the time. I don't have any brand loyalty. Wow, loyalty, I just made up a word. Brand loyalty as such. I've been thinking lately about getting a second four-wheel drive for the channel. One frame of mind is thinking down like an old Patrol or Land Cruiser, you know, like an 80 series or 105 series, or a older, like, is it GU or GQ Patrol that I could do up. And then the other frame of mind is thinking down getting something new if I can get a bit of sponsorship help on board from a car company, because I can't really afford a new car myself. But if car companies out there keen for me to see if I can break their car for them, but maybe like a Suzuki Jimny or an Isuzu. I feel like if I was to change a ute, I'd probably get a D-Max would be my most likely upgrade. But yeah, I had unlimited money. I don't know, there's not really anything. I guess solid axle swap like this thing would be cool. That would be cool to do. But yeah, there's no particular answer there. I guess there's a heap of ideas rolling around in my head all the time. Do you watch other four-wheel drive YouTubers? Yeah, I watch a sort of different channels all over the place. TJ Jack, Sam Isles, Ronnie Dahl, four-wheel drive 24/7, Living 4x4, Sidetracked, Aussie Arvos. And there's all different ones there. I don't want to miss people out. But yeah, I'm always sort of watching various ones at different times. I don't really keep up with all the videos, just because I'm always so busy editing mine. Are you going to get a family car now and keep the nav? Yeah, so we're still not sure what we're going to do with that in regards to the baby coming. Still sort of got to work that out. But yeah, we're keeping the nav for the moment. If I was to get an older cruiser, like an 80 series or 105 or something, I feel like that would have more room to cater for a bigger family, I guess. How do you rate the Razorback seat covers? Yeah, they're really good. I like them. What caused the cracking bay in the engine on the nav? I did say this on the video, but then heaps of people still ask me. So where the snorkel was cut in, so definitely would have been weakened, I guess, from cutting all that snorkel in. And then that snorkel took a couple of massive hits on the side, which I think would have started that cracking. And then when that bull bar got bent, it was on that side that it was hitting the panel all the time as I was driving. So it was the combination of all of those things. There's a few questions about the Cape York trip. I'm going to save them for a future video because I'm going to do a wrap up of the Cape York trip and some info on the place, some tips, tricks, and I'll run through some questions on that video about Cape. Wire nav, I had one before and it was really reliable and I liked it, so I was keen for another one. I like the coil rear, I like the look of them, and yeah, they're a great four-wheel drive out the bush. They're very capable. And as much crap as people like to give me of the whole should have bought a Toyota argument, it doesn't matter what I have with the four-wheel driving I do, I'm going to break it. And yeah, I feel like this has been quite a reliable four-wheel drive. What car insurance do you use? NRMA. A few questions about the rooftop tent. I've got a full video coming on that very soon, so hold out for that. What is the first modification you would do if you just bought a new nav? I'm actually filming another video soon as well, like the top 10 mods. I always go engine protection first. So I do secondary fuel filter / water separator. We saw recently on the Cape trip that probably saved my engine. Breathers, so for diff, transfer, gearbox. Snorkel, just to be safe with water or if you hit any deeper water bits. Catch can. Not going to go into that debate, a bit of a debate around that. I still think it's something you should definitely at least consider and look into. But yeah, my first mods are always engine protection stuff, just boring stuff, but they're worth it. When's the next high country trip? Yeah, definitely, well, when it lines up, when the borders are open. We're thinking of doing Tassie in January. If not, we could do the high country. It's just so hard with COVID to plan and organise things. Are you considering hiring an editor? Nope, I really like editing. And it obviously gives me, that's sort of the main thing I'm doing in between trips, obviously, and amongst other things. Demi helps a little bit with some of the editings on like videos like this or a little review video and that. But yeah, all the trip videos I edit and I enjoy it and it's my style. How many kilometers has the nav done and how many of those have been off-road? It's coming up 60,000 now. I don't know, it's hard to say how many have been off-road, but definitely a hell of a lot of them. Any regrets leaving teaching for full-time YouTube? No, not really. I'm really happy with what I'm doing at the moment. There's some things I definitely miss about teaching, but I get more fulfillment and satisfaction and enjoyment out of this job. It's probably a bit more pressure because I'm sort of running it as a business, I guess, and the success, the income, everything's all reliant on me, what I create and the effort I put in. Like, there's a lot of work behind it, and there's a bit of a misconception that once you're sort of doing YouTube that you're earning heaps of money, but it's not really like that at all. Like at the moment, it's it's going okay, but it's sort of only it's breaking even or just above. I'm not out here making riches off it, so you got to stay on your game. And there's a lot of competition out there, so you got to keep pushing for better content, like original content, like the next big trip, all those different things. But yeah, I enjoy it and I thrive off it. True feelings about the Navara, happy with it. Yeah, I am. I'm super happy with it. It's been a great car, and like think of all the places it's taken me over the last coming up couple of years now. So many trips in it, flogged it around so many different places, and it's got me through all of it with, you know, a few problems here and there, which is to be expected. When you drive as hard as I do and do as much off-roading as you do, like to get back what I've got from this car, you really can't be complaining. Alright, I better end the video there because the sun goes down. As you can probably tell, it's been getting darker and darker as I've been answering these questions, and I've probably rambled on for a long time as well. So hopefully you enjoyed, answered a few questions. I'm sorry if I missed yours, it's just a bit hard to get through all of them, but I'll do another one again in the future. Thank you and good boy. Boom, boom. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Hey guys, just thought I'd have a bit of a Hey guys, just thought I'd sit down and have a bit of a chat. Hey guys, just thought I'd do a quick and also maybe code word for I have no other content, so I'll just sit down and answer questions for 20 minutes. Boom. Do. Hey guys. Any regrets leaving teaching for full-time YouTube? No, not really regrets. I do miss some...